lumpers. I don't feel like I should have to pay lumpers because they're unloading the freight that belongs to them. That's where you're wrong. The lumpers are people that have started up these businesses for unloading trucks. So you don't have to as the truck driver. So they might be working for other companies. There's a lot of lumper companies out there called different names. But at the end of the day, they all pretty much do the same thing. So the lumper is the guy that unloads your truck so you don't have to as the truck driver. Now, don't get me wrong. If you feel like the lumper costs too much or it's a ripoff or whatever, go ahead and unload your freight yourself. But these lumper guys are the guys that you're paying to unload your truck. You know, you might have to restack everything to fit it onto the shelves in the warehouse because a pallet is stacked up as tall as the receiver could get, so they could use less pallets because each pallet costs money. You know, there's a lot of money involved in buying pallets. They're leaving the shippers, they're going to the receivers. The receivers are doing whatever they probably sell them. I don't know what they do with them, but you know, the shelves at the shipper, the shelves at the receiver, they could only be a certain height. So as a truck driver, you would have to go and find another pallet in there. They'll probably sell you one too, because you know we're all about making money at the end of the day. So they'll probably sell you a pallet to restack all that product on. So you'll probably have to break every pallet that you have in half. Take that stuff, the cellophane that is wrapped out around it to hold it together, take that off, half the pallet. Like, there's a lot of work going into it, and it's pretty much an insurance thing, because like if you unload the truck yourself, then Prime's liable for if you get hurt. If you're inside the building though and you get hurt, who's liable? So what these receivers kind of did is they said, hey, we got these lumper service guys out here. They have their own insurance. I don't have to mess with it. I just own the building pretty much. You know, I tell these guys where to put the stuff that I need it. At the end of the day, it's probably saves the business money to not hire people to unload these trucks. And it also helps out these lumper guys that get paid hourly or get paid by the truck. However they get paid, you know, they're doing a job for you. They're helping. At the end of the day, they're doing what we don't want to do. So I hear a lot of people saying, hey man, these lumpers, it's a ripoff. I have to pay to get my trailer unloaded here. So, but think about this. If you didn't have a lumper there, who's going to unload your trailer? You are. So back in the days, way back before I even started truck driving, you would pull up to a guard shack or right outside the gate, and you would pick up a guy. He would be like, hey, I'll unload your truck for $150 or whatever, so you don't have to. So you'd be like, man, jump in the truck. You take him in there, the guy would unload it, you would pay him, and then you would give him a ride back out, and he would stand there by the gate, wait on the next truck to unload it. You know, at the end of the day, it's the same thing as if you were picking up a guy to go into the warehouse and unload the trailer for you. Now, I believe that some of these lumpers are paid hourly, and that's where it becomes an issue, because they're all like, man, I'll just take my time to unload this truck because I'm getting paid hourly. I've also been to some that pay by the number of pallets they take off of the truck or the amount of items that they're taking off the truck. If you come in there with the fewer pallets to be taken off or the less items, it's like pulling teeth to get your truck unloaded. Like, I've been there before where I was waiting to see how much it is to pay for a lumper, and I heard the guys talking. They're all like, they were looking at this one truck. It was only 2 pallets, and everybody's like, I don't want that one, I don't want that one. So they were just waiting for the guys with the lot of pallets to take off the truck. And yeah, you know, it's they want more money. You can't blame them. at the end of the day, because they're all like, man, I get paid for 2 pallets, or I get paid for like 14 pallets off of this truck. I'm going to wait for the one with 14s on it. 14 pallets. It probably pays more. You know, lumpers are just there to help you out, really. At the end of the day, they're so you don't get hurt as the trucker, and they just unload it. Could you imagine pulling a pallet out and it fall over on you, and then you're hurt, you can't drive your truck, you know, trip to the ER, all kinds of stuff. So to me, it's like, I don't like to unload trucks. I've unloaded flour loads before. Hate it. Ask any driver out there at Prime. We do not like flour loads that are driver unload. Don't like them. We try to avoid them. We try not to do them. So when you're over there complaining about the lumpers being too much, think about it. Do you want to unload that trailer? And the way the lumpers get paid at my company that I'm at Prime, is pretty much we send a message into the fleet manager. We're all like, hey, the lumper is going to cost this much at this location. And he sends you a check. He sends you puts the money on your card, really. And then you grab your COMDATA check, you fill it out, you call in COMDATA, you give them the check number, you fill out, you go through their little menu they have on the phone. You got to type in all these numbers, and it puts the money right on that check, and then you take that check in and pay for it. They give you a receipt. Keep up with the receipt, because you have to scan it in with your bills. That way you get reimbursed for it. So the way it kind of works, I know for a company driver, is they take the money like out of you, like off of my check, we'll say, and they pay the lumper out of my check. And then what they do is, once it's scanned in, they reimburse me the money that it costs for the lumper. So it breaks out. It ends up being the same thing. I heard of people paying cash for lumpers and then scanning in the receipts, because you save like $2 per check, and you can save money throughout the year by doing that. I'm not running around with a bunch of cash just to pay lumpers to save $2 every time. I'm just gonna call up the fleet manager. Hey, throw that money on my COMDATA card. Boom, lumpers paid. It's about, at the end of the day, it's about convenience. Don't be getting angry at the lumpers, and don't be going in there with a bad attitude. You go in there, how much is it going to be to unload me? And they're all like, $150, and you're like, $150? Oh, they're going to make you wait. They will make you wait to unload you. Don't go in there with a bad attitude to the lumpers. Lumpers, I'm kind of real respectful with them. Like, I'm all like, how you doing? Door such and such. They tell me how much it is. I'm like, cool. You want the COMDATA check now, or do you want me to wait till you call me to come in here and pay? And I let them tell me what they want to do, and boom, it's done. If you're in there complaining about, what, $150? This is highway robbery. Well, this is y'all's product. The lumper, at the end of the day, is not the same name as the company you're going to. Look at what you write on your COMDATA check. Who do you make out that check to? Do you make it out to, we'll say you're at Ben & Jerry's. Do you make the check out to Ben & Jerry's? Or do you make the check out to maybe Cold Stone, Lumpers? So at the end of the day, it's pretty much, I scratch your back, you scratch my back. Those businesses, they're probably hand in hand with the lumpers. They're buddies, helping buddies out, get businesses off the ground. You know, it's cool. It's whatever. Any way to make a buck, you know, it's great. I'm not complaining about paying a lumper, because it doesn't even really affect me. It's not my money that's paying for it at the end of the day. You know, it's the company I work for. Am I looking at how much it costs and making sure that we're not getting overcharged? Yes, I am. Because, you know, I don't want to get my company overcharged. You know, next roundabout raises we get, they could be like, whoa, we paid too much in lumpers to give the guys raises this year. Like, we'll skip out on raises this year. No, I'm getting my raise. Like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching the video. This is just how I kind of feel about lumpers. Leave a comment. Tell me what you think about lumpers.
So if you love this content that I put out on this channel, then make sure you click the next video right there. Also, if you want to check out some playlists I have right there. Don't forget, Thursday night lives, 7 p.m. Central Time. You can come ask your own questions and answers and get all the information you want. And if you want to subscribe to this channel, then go ahead and click that face right there.